Hello, and welcome to this first lecture of the new section on generic winning business strategies. In this course on business strategy formulation, modeling, and planning. So, in this module, we're going to help you understand in depth the generic winning business strategy that you can consider to formulate your winning business strategy model and plan. And as you would have seen, as a part of the business strategy, winning business strategy, you need to figure out what are the bases on which you're going to compete or what's your generic strategy. And we will talk about the various strategies available in this section for you to consider. In this section, we're going to cover five things. We're going to talk about in this lecture what are the various generic winning business strategy, which are differentiation, overall cost leadership, focus. And in the next lectures, with 3 lectures, we will talk about each of them. And finally, we'll talk about what will it take to succeed in adopting any of these strategies. So what do you think are the winning generic winning business strategy? This should be a no-brainer, as we have to say, right? So there are 3 generic winning business strategy, as you see on your screen on a 2x2 matrix here. And these 3 generic winning business strategy are formed on the basis of what is the kind of strategic advantage that you have or can have either across the industry-wide, or for a particular segment. So if you have a unique advantage, you have a uniqueness perceived by the customer as a strategic advantage, and you have this advantage across the industry-wide, you could adopt a differentiation strategy. If across the industry, the strategic advantage that you have is the lowest cost position, then you could adopt a overall cost leadership generic strategy. And we will talk about each of these separately as we go forward. If your advantages of either the uniqueness perceived by the customer or the lowest cost position are for a particular segment only, not industry-wide, then we call this as a focus strategy. And focus could be either a focus differentiation, where in a particular segment only you have a uniqueness perceived by the customer for your product or service provided, or the focus could be a focus cost leadership position in which for a particular segment you have the lowest cost position. And this gives rise to 4 possible combinations, generally summarized as 3 generic winning strategy, but actually 4. Differentiation, overall cost leadership, focus, and focus is in the 2 types, focus differentiation and focus lowest cost position or cost leadership. Any questions here? So what do we do in the next module? So we get on to understanding these strategies in detail, what these are, what drives these strategies, what are the sources, what are the roots of these strategies, starting in the next module with the differentiation strategy, right? So thank you so much for watching this first lecture of generic winning business strategy in this course. I hope you are beginning to learn something new and you're beginning to enjoy this section as well. And I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.